morning and welcome to Retirement Recap for Tuesday, May 12th. With me is Mark Salamone, our lead consultant, and Jennifer Sahadi, our Director of Education. We're going to talk today first about spending money in retirement. So as retirement consultants, we see it all. We hear all the excuses, quite honestly. Saving for retirement is one of those things you can definitely put off. And I get it. There are other priorities that you have. But one of the things that allows you to sort of procrastinate is the thought that when you are in retirement, you spend less money. Well, unfortunately, bad news. There's been a lot of studies, and here's one that highlights once again the reality that in retirement, you actually spend more money, in some cases, significantly more money. So retirement, you have to look like, it's like vacation, which is a good thing. You earned it, and it should be fun. But when you're not at work all day long, there's a tendency to spend more money, and you also want to enjoy yourself, which you are entitled to. But we're just here to remind you that, unfortunately, Social Security isn't going to take care of that, and you need to actually take care of it yourself. So I know we're in the middle of COVID-19, and there's all different questions and uncertainty, but this is a gentle reminder that saving for retirement is still something that should be prioritized. I'm going to turn it over to Jen because along with investing and saving, you need to know where you should invest and how to be diversified. And Jen has a great piece on the idea of growth versus value.
Thank you very much, Rich. It is very important to make sure you're diversified right now. And we're always talking about diversifying stocks versus bonds, about that volatility versus the more stability. But within your stocks, it could be interesting to also look at growth versus value stocks. Now, many of you might have growth stocks because the last 10 years have been fantastic for growth stocks. These are things like FANG and the S&P 500. But if inflation increases, if interest rates increase, it might be time for a comeback for value stocks. So just remember that you do have both in your portfolios and you can diversify between them.
Thanks, Jen. Great piece. And, asset allocation is super important. So whether you have a personal financial advisor or you call your consultants like Alpha Pension Group, it's really important to review that at least annually. So Mark, I'm going to turn it over to you because I mentioned COVID-19 and sort of the crisis that we're still modeling through. I know you have some great data about that.
It's data. It's not so great, but it is data nonetheless that COVID-19 has had a huge impact, obviously, on a lot of industries and most notably leisure and hospitality. So the chart we're going to show you here reflects the highest unemployment numbers since post-war America. So up to 14.7% in April. Over 22.5 million people out of work. And as you can see, it's not the same across all industries. Obviously, leisure and hospitality is at historic highs with almost 40% of those industries out of work, unfortunately. As you can see, other areas such as education, professional and business services, construction, it's just unfortunately not a lot of good news industry by industry. Hopefully, the opening of some states over the next couple of weeks is going to help that and hopefully start to improve these numbers.
Well, that's right. The slow opening hopefully will improve these numbers. And I know we're going to be watching that closely like everyone will. So I'll end it today with two just reminders. Mark and I are flattered to be part of Bentley University's education curriculum they have for alumni. That's today at noon. We'll be talking about the CARES Act. And tomorrow, Jennifer has her second installment of our Fun with Finance. It's at 10 a.m. Please look at our LinkedIn page and my Twitter for more details. And it's for ages 6 to 10. It's a half hour, if nothing else, to give parents a break, but obviously to teach kids about finance. And there's going to be a virtual shopping trip. That sounds great. So thanks, Jennifer, for that. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in to the Retirement Recap. And we'll see you on Friday for Fiduciary Friday.